Hey leaders, I'm Whitney Williams, leadership strategist and keynote speaker, helping emerging leaders accelerate their career on purpose. Welcome to Facts Over Fear. Hi everyone, I am Whitney Williams. I am a leadership strategist, a keynote speaker, and a senior manager in software. Of my experience of being promoted 5 times in less than 7 years, increasing my salary by 103%, and I want to make sure that I teach other new and aspiring leaders strategies that help them do the exact same. I want to help you accelerate your career on purpose with intentionality and strategy. What I'm doing here with my YouTube channel, this is my very first episode, so give me a little grace. It is to drop some gems and again give you some strategies, tips along the way that I did know and maybe didn't have terms for them at that time, or things that I've just experienced and overcome in order to climb that career ladder. So what these episodes are going to be, at least for right now, is that every Thursday I plan to show up and have a segment or a series called Facts Over Fear. And it's because just like when I'm teaching new and aspiring leaders to quantify their impact, the numbers, they do not lie. So what doesn't lie as well? The facts. What are the facts about you? What are the facts that we need to deal with in order to elevate our lives? And today on my very first episode on my new YouTube channel, we're going to talk about imposter syndrome. I think that we've all heard, what imposter syndrome is, but if you don't know what imposter syndrome is, you've probably felt it. And that is, when doubt, when feeling like you shouldn't have a seat at the table, or that you're not deserving, you're not smart enough, you're not as smart as the other people around that are achieving these things or are in certain roles. And from a leadership standpoint, I think that it's really easy to feel imposter syndrome, especially as you continue to move up the ladder. And even when you are new or considering a leadership role, or that's the trajectory of your career, that I think it's really important to remember that our doubts can get the best of us. Our fears can get the best of us. But once you get a seat at that table, you quickly realize that a few different things. But the most important thing that you realize is that 100% you should be at that table, and that it's an opportunity to learn anything that you don't know. And if it's a skill, you can learn that as well. And everyone at that table doesn't know everything. I think that that's really important to remember. But in this episode, I want to go through what I feel I've learned way before even becoming a leader at the current company that I'm at, and before even getting my new role. But to implement that thought process into leadership is super important. And I just want to thank my friend again for saying, Whitney, you need to talk about this and you need to say it in that manner. So let's get into it. This one is real personal, especially to start it out. In my past life, I've had certain people that I feel have planted those seeds of doubt in me, right? That creep up in your mind, even though you know that you are that girl. But you have people who doubt you. You have people who don't congratulate you, who don't recognize how much and how great you've done in your life. And it isn't for them to do so, right? So imposter syndrome, it's so real. It creeps up at the most inopportune times. I can tell you the latest time for me was I recently got a promotion to senior manager. This is my 5th promotion. My 5th promotion in 7 years. I've increased my salary by 103%. And I have done that strictly off of strategy and merit, right? I'm very deserving of the role, and I'm not supposed to know everything. But I got asked to go to a workshop. That's what we'll say. It was more of a workshop that I needed to go to. I'm in this room with a VP, the president of my company, as well as the director of operations. And then there's me. and again, senior manager, right? And the last 3 roles I haven't even applied for. There aren't many that look like me at my company. It is a global company. There's not many that look like me. And I recognized coming out of the 2 days that we were there in the workshop that I just felt like, should I have said more? Like, am I living up to whatever it is that they thought of me to even have a seat at this table and be asked to come here? All of that was imposter syndrome, right? Feeling as though, should I have had a seat at that table? Just any type of doubt. And where is that doubt coming from, right? I am a Christian woman, and I strongly believe that, I didn't do this alone. A lot of this is favor on top of any type of strategy and hard work that I put forth. But where is this doubt coming from? Why do we feel unworthy? Or why do we feel like maybe we didn't live up to their expectations? And oh my goodness, right? We did not promote ourselves, right? And where did these doubts actually come from? How could they have originated? I don't just think that it's misbelief in ourselves. I think that sometimes it's having unsupportive partners, friends, co-workers. All these people can be haters. I will say that. I will say that. I'm sure, have you experienced, let's just talk about it. Have you experienced, an unsupportive partner? So they don't want you to get ahead of them. They tell you congratulations. They, are seemingly there for you, but they don't make your life easier. They don't really understand what it's taking, right? And they're keeping track of the fact that maybe they think that you've got it easier than they've got it. Or the friend, right? The friend who you will give them all the resources. You will give them all of the information. You'll drop gems for free. You'll give them not only advice, but, if you came up on something good or some good information or a good course, you're going to share it. Good networking event, you're going to invite them. But what about when they don't invite you? When they don't reach out and tell you when they're doing something that's so great, or they came across a great course or a great workshop or a great experience that would help further you in life, right? That aligns with you maybe even. Why is that? I think that they know that you'll execute. You high achiever, you. I think that they know that you'll execute. And in knowing that, you might surpass them. And sometimes I don't think that it's malice. Like, I don't think that this is like, oh, cut those people off, right? For a spouse that's that way, or a partner, that's for you to figure out. In my past life, I did have a partner like that. And by the grace of God, my husband is amazing. We are not in competition. He supports me and really has put me in my soft girl era. And I think that that's so important with how I see myself as well, right? Like, I'm not as good as the last thing that I've done. He knows I'm a high achiever. He knows how great I am. And so if I didn't do anything else that was great, I would still be great to him. He actually wants me to slow down. He wants me to rest, right? But you have those partners that's not the case. And they make your life harder. So as a leader, that's something that you're going to have to figure out where that fits in. Therapy is really important. And in my past life, I did have that experience. And still to this day, I have friends that I will drop gems anytime, okay? No matter what I'm going through, whatever I've got going on, I will share the information. But I recognize that that's not the case. And again, I'm not saying to cut these people off. I'm saying to put them in a different box. Even recognize what they see in you. Again, the facts, right? Some people are definitely nervous or scared or anxious that you'll surpass them because you execute. You get the information, you go for it, right? There's doers, there's thinkers. And if you're a doer and a thinker, what a combo. And so I think that, to recognize that that is their limitation, it's not yours. So remove that right now from your mind, right? I think that instead of asking yourself how you feel about it, even considering, the fear, the doubt that creeps in again at the most inopportune times, but to go off of fact because of God's truths. That's what I've concluded. Here I am. I'm a veteran. I'm going to work. I'm getting my degree. I got my associates while with this person. I've got my bachelor's while with this person in utter chaos. Do you hear me? In utter chaos, I got those things. And honestly graduated with a 3.4 GPA. Also while going to work. Also while paying a lot of the bills, just to be honest with you. And there was nothing that I could do right in this man's eyes. Meanwhile, all he has to do, because his parents were a little bit more well off, all he had to do was go to school, go to class. And y'all, he's failing, right? But calling me stupid or treating me like I'm not worthy, right? And I'm not treating that person like that. But he was a hater. Okay, he made me almost doubt myself until getting so deep in my Bible, going to church, even throughout the chaos, and again realizing that, like, it doesn't matter what the devil would try and tell me, that I'm stupid, that I'm not worthy, when God is showing me my truths. Through all of this, I'm graduating with a 3.4 GPA. Through all of this, I am producing fashion shows. I'm a health coach. I'm getting my body right. I'm getting my mind right. Like, what? I'm going to networking events on my own. He didn't want me to surpass him. He knew what it was, right? Also, again, other people's limitations. Your friends, right? Your friends who see you. They see what you post on the internet. They see how far you've gone. They see how much you've done. They see you executing, and they don't want you to pass them up. I think that it's different for a friend though. Like, for a friend, I really think that give them a little bit of grace. It just depends on how they display this, right? If it's just withholding information from you, it's okay, because what's for you is for you. So you're going to get it no matter what. You've shown that. This is also why they're, feeling how they feel, but I wouldn't cut them off, but that's a you thing. For me, I'm able to departmentalize people in that aspect. But if it's your partner, you really need to second guess that aspect as well, because it's really hard to climb this ladder and not be mentally sound. You deal with a lot in the workplace. I mean, you can even have haters there who want to know, how is it that you keep getting these promotions? How is it that you keep surpassing them? They're working hard, but favor, right? Strategy, right? That's what I'm here to say. I can't promote myself. And so while in that room with the VP, the president, and the director of operations, when I leave, what I determine is that God placed me in this room not to be better than them, or have something to put into the conversation. I'm there to learn. I'm there to have a seat at the table. That's the truth right then. Not the fear, not the doubt, not the, oh my gosh, did I speak up enough? Oh, did I insert my thoughts and my expertise? No, I need to see how they operate. God's preparing me. Those are the facts. I didn't ask myself to be in this room, right? They're not asking me to prove myself in order to get this next promotion that they've given to me already and told me was in my pocket. They did not, I didn't do that. They already knew my value already. It's me and my self-doubt. That was my imposter syndrome creeping up out of nowhere, right? But what were the facts? The facts is, again, I didn't ask myself to be in that room. And the facts is that I had the opportunity to be in that room. And that opportunity is for more opportunities that are to come. How does the president and the vice president and the director operate at this table? I was there like a little spy. So the other part of this is, what have you accomplished? What are your truths? My truths, which is the proof that not only do I deserve to be where I am in life, but that all these people have the right to hate too. Unpopular opinion. But I'm a United States Air Force veteran. I am the first one in my family to go to college. When I could not afford it, I did not just quit. You know what I did? I found another way. I took the detour and I continued to go. I never gave up. I persisted, even through chaos, showing up, right? You can't count my blessings. Things that could have broke other people. I'm still here, right? When I first got my leadership role, my mom passed away. I still showed up, you guys. Now, there were things that I couldn't show up for, just grief is crazy, but I got therapy, right? I went every single week. I didn't let that completely stop me. Things that could have stopped you dead in your tracks. What hasn't, right? What are your truths? What are God's truths that he's shown you about you that combats that imposter syndrome? And every single time that you feel that you are in imposter syndrome, I challenge you to think about what are God's truths about you. That one, you deserve to be here. What are the things that you've accomplished that are the facts? Have you gone and got your degree? Are you a single parent and you've, against all odds, done what you've needed to do just to like go through some of the people that I know that are amazing, beat the odds, like children in high school. Have you ever had a child in high school? Right? You got pregnant in high school, thought that you weren't going to make it, and here you are, still standing, went and got your bachelor's degree, right? Are you someone who's been divorced and they tell you that that's going to ruin everything? But here you are, getting your degrees, getting your promotions, increasing your salary, living your best life. Those are the facts. So again, anytime that imposter syndrome is just creeping its way on up, I challenge you to dig deep and determine what are your truths. Because we're supposed to be at the table. We have earned it, ladies. I hope that you tune in again. I hope that this was helpful. Please drop any questions right down below in the comments. Follow me on LinkedIn, Whitney C.D. Williams. Follow me on Instagram, Whitney C.D. Williams, and DM me. I have a 12-week cohort coming up for my mentorship, and that opens, applications are open right now, and I'll put that in the comments or in the description of this video. But I really hope that you take some time to take in what I said, the things that I've shared, and that you determine what are the undeniable facts about you. Not feelings, not fear, not anything else, but the facts. God's truths about who you are and why you deserve this seat at the table and where you are in life, right? My biggest thing is that you cannot want what I have and haven't been willing to do what I've done, because I've done a lot. I've done a lot of things that many people would not do. And that's including signing up for the Air Force, right? That's including still going back to get the piece of paper, more than one piece of paper. Then switching my life around once I moved here to Jacksonville, Florida, got pregnant with my son, and deciding that I'm gonna change my entire career and I'm gonna go into tech. And what that took, right? I deserve to be here. I deserve to have the opportunities that are presented to me, and God will continue to do that, right? So don't doubt yourself, ladies. You are meant to be here, and thank you for tuning in. Tune in every single Thursday for Facts Over Fear. Bye.